Hi there, today I thought we'd just have a quick look at some books that I've recently bought in the last month or two that I've added to my collection. These are omnibuses for the most part. I think there's only one trade paperback in there, but they might be of interest to people, or you might have some questions about them, and reviews will follow once I get around to reading the material in them. Anyway, let's have a look at what we've got and hope you enjoy it. Alright then, first up we have got a Ultimate Collection trade paperback. That's Deadpool and Cable. Got this because it's volume 1 of the Ultimate Collection. There's 3 books in the series. The Omnibus is out of print currently. I understand the Omnibus will shortly be coming back into print, but I'm happy to read this style of book in this format. So there'll be a review on that shortly if it's not already up, as I'm well into that book as we do this video. Next up is another one where there's going to be a review on the channel if it's not already up, and that is Curse Words, the whole damned thing. It's essentially a standard trade page format size omnibus, but with the hard cover from Image. And it collects all of the Curse Words series, which is a fun series about a wizard from another dimension. More about that in the review, but that's worth picking up for it's going for a relatively cheap price actually at the moment, and it's totally worth getting because I don't think it's one of those books that you'll get back in print anytime soon if it goes out of print, just because of the risk to publishers of manufacturing these books and the fact it's not possibly the most popular series out there. Okay, now we're on to the proper full-size omnibuses. First one of these is one that I had to contact the seller about. It's Deadpool and Co. This is a absolutely massive omnibus from Marvel, but the issue is it is got a error with the manufacturing where the book is totally detached from the ribbon. Came like that from new in the sealed packet. Anyway, I contacted the seller and they were very kind and they sent me another copy fully sealed. However, it still has the same defects. I don't know if the camera is picking that up, but it is still disconnected from the packaging. I have tried to fix the one that I've opened, but it's not worked yet. The book's just too heavy for the glue I'm using, I think, or I need to use more glue. But that's a real shame, but still a book I'll just read very carefully. Next up is one that I'd had my eye on for a while, but didn't really want to spend a significant amount of money on it in case I didn't like it, but it came up for a price of about £40 odd, I think £42, and it's DC 1 Million Omnibus by Grant Morrison. This is a pretty hefty tome, to be honest. Grant Morrison's stuff depends if I either like it or not. It's very Marmite for me, and that's why I didn't want to sort of risk too much financially on it, but I have a lot of good things about this series and I'm looking forward to reading the book and seeing if it grabs me. Certainly the premise of the story, this sort of Justice League from the future coming back to the Justice League of now, grabs me, so hopefully that'll be quite good. Right then, next one is a much more straightforward omnibus, let's say. Certainly much smaller. That's the XMen from Jonathan Hickman omnibus. Never been the biggest X-Men fan per se, but I wanted to try the Hickman run. This was a good way to do it in one solid hit. I appreciate there are other tomes to go with this, such as X of Swords and House of X, Powers of X, but if I get a flavour of it from this and I like it, I shall pick those up as well to sort of complete the set. But yeah, it's not the biggest omnibus in the world, so I think I can probably read that in maybe 1 or 2, well, not 1, 2 or 3 sessions, and we'll be well away on whether or not we're enjoying that. Next one is a great big DC omnibus again, Catwoman of East End by Ed Brubaker. Some art by Darwin Cook in there that jumps out to me. I haven't opened this one yet because I've read some of it digitally, certainly the first 2 volumes, but it's a hefty old book again. Again, going for a really low price from DC. I mean, not complaining. They price their omnibuses competitively, certainly compared to Marvel, and I'm sure they get better sales as a result of it. I think they know that they're putting these books out and people want them, but money's tight. So really pleased with getting that, because I feel like that's again another book that once the print run's exhausted, I can't see people coming and saying, well, let's do another big run of it and risk a lot financially on doing so at DC. So I would say grab that while you can. Alright then, we've got a set of books now. So we've got volume 1 of the Fantastic Four by Jonathan Hickman. That's going to be at least 3 Hickman books I got recently. Loads of people love this run. I'm enjoying my Fantastic Four reading. All the other omnibuses I've got of theirs I really like, and I thought I would follow up with everyone else and get this, and I'm sure I will enjoy it. Also got with it volume 2. Worth noting, I got that from a different seller to the first one, because the pricing was off on their website, so sort of that volume was relatively cheap, but this one wasn't, and vice versa on a different sorry, someone's sawing outside, if you can hear that. So it's worth shopping around and not just going, well, it's all at the same shop, I'll just get it, because you can save money on those. I think I saved £5 on each of those respectively, which when you add that up to how much it might cost on your book, I think that's a good percentage of it. So we got those 2 volumes there, which, bearing in mind the size of the books we've just looked at, could have probably fitted into 1 volume, but that's Marvel being a bit cheeky with their marketing and pricing, I think, to get twice the money for the books. Right then, another set of books that we've got to finish this buying section up is Volume 1 of Deadpool, the Complete Collection by Daniel Way. I enjoy some Deadpool. I'd heard good things about this series. I'd obviously got those other 2 Deadpool books, and for whatever reason Deadpool stuff seemed to be prevalent the last couple of months, so don't know why that is. It's not as if there's been any film announcement or anything. Maybe Marvel have got something in the works we don't know about, but his books both came up and there was an opportunity to get them, and I thought, yes, we shall get that, volume 1, and then also got volume 2. So if these turn out to be as good as people make them out to be, I think I've got some good purchases there. Certainly got plenty of reading to do, that's for sure, with all of those books, but I'm looking forward to getting stuck into them. So let me know if there's anything that took your fancy in that collection, and I hope you enjoyed having a look at some of the editions I've managed to get my hands on. Obviously reviews will follow, like I say, as I've got through reading them, because there's sort of a dry patch now in the middle of the summer where there's not too much else that I really want. Seems to be loads of books though coming out in November. I'll do a separate video on things I'm looking forward to getting in the next 12 months.